Yo, what's up guys? Just checking in. Beautiful, beautiful day in Minnesota. And this is my house. This is where I grew up. And I wanted to do a little check-in here and tell you guys about the place. I was actually born in New York, and then in 1990 we moved here when I was about 5 years old. And I grew up here. We've been here for 25 years now, 25 years. I've had ramps here. I learned to ride bikes here. I learned tricks. I did everything here. So many memories here. And to give you a little tour of the place over the years, and you can try and imagine. I'm sure all of you guys have wanted or thought about having jumps in the backyard, stuff like that. And that's how I got into BMX. We started building right in the backyard, just got our shovels, actually me and the neighbor Andrew next door, and we kind of had a trail that we started on his end of the yard and we rode across, and then we had jumps going into my yard, and so then when you'd crash you'd land in our yard and we'd be liable. Anyways, we used to have a big trampoline out here. I had tramp bike, tramp boards, all that stuff. Actually, looks like Andrew still got the trampoline set up over there. And we've got this rope swing. This thing has a ton of memories because you can fly. You can go so far with this thing. Huge rope swing. And we've got the hot tub over there. One time, one of the neighbor boys, Mitch, he had his hands in the hot tub. He came over, grabs a rope swing, goes flying way basically into the woods here, slips off and just falls down into the woods. Yeah, God, I'm glad I'm doing this. I'm remembering all this stuff. So anyways, down here, this is actually a real cool area. We used to have a half pipe right here, and I would say maybe like my freshman or sophomore year of high school, probably like 15 years ago, it was spring break, and me and my brother and my dad went and bought all the lumber, and we built our own mini ramp and transitions, everything. It actually came right up to here, and then we had a deck that went across over this area, and then I had like storage under here. I kept bike parts, all that stuff under there, and then the mini ramp came down, and then it went up right here, and then the deck was way up here, and then all this kind of drops off, and so we had big railings up top, and you could like foo-foo and ice these railings, but it's like a 12-foot drop on the other end. And I learned so many tricks here, like foot jam tail whips, like all like small quarter pipe tricks, mini ramps. It was 4-foot tall mini, 12-foot wide, and my brother skates too, so he would skate and I would ride, and it was incredible. So anyways, we'll keep going down into the woods here. So we've had like 2 different trails actually, and like I said, we had one that started with the neighbor's house, and we'd ride across. Well, it was an old little deer trail in the woods, and we had jumps kind of all in here, and you see how like all cleared this out is right now? That's because over 10 years we would be cutting down trees, we'd be making more trails, building the jumps up, and it just opened up into this whole thing. And then Andrew doesn't ride anymore. He had some wrist surgeries, and he really doesn't ride anymore. And they eventually took their area and turned it into basically a shed, a barn. And so I had to change everything up. So this is years ago. Darren came over, his dad's Bobcat, and we started up here, and we'd actually jump the steps down there, cruise down this hill, and then we brought the Bobcat here, made this huge berm right here. It's all grown over right now, but you'd rip around the berm here, and then take one good crank, and you'd hit our massive box we have set up, and it looks like my box jump is being torn down. Really? Really?
Huh? Just about done.
Oh, this is like 15 years right now. Like so many memories I'm remembering right now. But this is the last of my backyard ramps. The mini ramp's all gone. Probably, when did we take down the mini ramp? I actually gave it to Bubba from the warehouse.
Instead of going on vacation, we built a mini ramp.
Yeah, that was that spring break. We didn't do a vacation, so we built the mini ramp. Man, so yeah, you'd rip around this berm and you'd hit. Eventually, I ended up making a big 5 foot tall box lip, and then we built a dirt landing.
Anybody need some lumber?
Yeah, if you need any lumber, come on over. These are old quarter pipes. This is the first quarter pipe I ever bought. They were like 3 feet wide, and we bought them from someone, and they're still there. That's the first ramp that was ever on this property. And then so we used that to basically cover it all with dirt, and we had a big dirt landing. So this is like, we didn't have foam, we didn't have resi, like you had to go to Pennsylvania, Woodward, or wherever back then. So we just chop up the dirt and try new tricks. So it was huge landing. The whole thing was probably 15 feet wide or something like that. And then we built this huge wall ride after here with Elliot years ago. We even like cemented it in the, I don't know how it's gonna, hey, there's a frog, little frog down there. But yeah, we built cemented in these what are those, 2x6s? Yeah, just to hold that wall up, but slightly slanted wall. And I think someone even double pegged the top of that one time. Pretty high up there. But yeah, now it's like, it's cool to have this, but we have our own warehouse now, and every time you want to go ride, you usually go there. And so there's all the old shovels. Pretty crazy. Learned so many things right here, so many tricks. Like I said with the mini ramp, same thing down in the woods. 360 tail whips, I learned 3 whips down here. Bar spins, no-handers, like there's so many old videos of different tricks. And one of them, I just had a little write-up in BMX Plus, and it was Ask the Pros or something like that, and it said, how'd you first get into BMX? And so my answer was something like, me and my next door neighbor Andrew, we were at home and we used to watch props videos. You never heard of props? Look about props. So much history in our sport with props. But we'd watch the videos and we'd see Nyquist doing bar spins and no-handers and stuff. So one day Andrew learned bars, I learned suicides, and then we switched the next day and we each learned each other tricks. And then we eventually wanted to learn no-footers, and so we did them. Well, we started slipping our pedals and we like nutted ourselves. And so Andrew's mom, Jan, took us to the sports store and we each bought freaking nut cups, and we wore them for a bit. But the funny thing was Andrew didn't like taking the time to put his on, so he just put it on over his jeans, and it was seriously hilarious. So here, a couple sheets of old skate light. G-Shock, the old skate park years ago, it shut down. I somehow ended up with quite a few sheets, and we had our mini ramp skate lighted, and then I even had some on the box lip there. But yeah, it's those are like seriously 15 years old, and they're still they're a little dirty, but they are perfect. The condition's insane on that stuff. They're like 200, 250 bucks a sheet. This is the Gold Man. This is my buddy. My brother made the Gold Man here, and he's been around forever. He kind of keeps an eye on the place. So yeah, and then just it's kind of another trail going up to the house. So it's kind of where I grew up. Learned a ton of stuff. Learned everything here. A lot of stuff has come right out of this property here in Eden Prairie, Minnesota. And even the little pro shirts, the logo, everything right here is designed right here. I even just finished a brand new Ride MN hats. All that stuff's coming right out here. It's shipping right from here. And so it's a lot of memories right here at home. And yeah, it's a bummer to see that ramp finally going, but like I said, we've got our own indoor place now to ride, so man. But yeah, if you ever want to build a jump in the backyard, just ask your parents, and you never know what's gonna happen. That was probably 7th grade, 8th grade, probably 15, 16, 17 years ago. I went and asked my parents the same thing, and now I'm doing this video right now talking about all this. It's just absolutely crazy. So thanks again. If you got any questions, hit me up. If you're ever in Minnesota, let me know. Love to ride. And thanks for watching.